But I don't want no tea. It gives me a headache.
Oh, what shall we have then?
Coffee.
Hello everyone. Hey, I've been working on my T-72. It's usually I work on this at my friend Vic's house or my friend Roy's house. Something to do while I'm over there, and I'm quite enjoying this. I think on the last video, I'm not sure if I told you I got the track links from Trumpeter for it. They are working out. I've cut a few loose just to show you what they look like. They are a little small, but they do fit on the sprocket and they will work. I've cut a few out and tested them, not on this one, but so they are going to look really. They are going to look really nice in that T-72B. But they add a lot. I think they add a lot more detail by doing that. So I don't know if I showed it to you or not last video, but if not, oh well, here you go. All right. I got frustrated with this thing because this is a Tamiya ripoff, as I've told you before. It's made by a company called WSN. I think it's an early version of a Trumpeter kit, really early Trumpeter, before their Trumpeter, whatever they were. It's mainly was a toy. It came with a motor and all that kind of stuff. I think I've told you that before. But anyway, if you look at the instructions, it even more looks like Tamiya. Let me get it laid over here a little bit more. You can see it has a polycaps in there. Where is? Hold on a second. Let me show you some other things. I don't know if I showed this to you or not. All of these suspension arms were bent down by about I'd say a 10-degree or so down. I've had to bend them all back. They're still a little down, but with the grommets in the wheels, they level themselves out. They move just a little bit. So that'll be my saving grace on that. I've put weights in here to help weight it down. I have put back here, I don't know if I said this on the last video. I'm trying to remember what I did, but it's been a while. I finished I showed you all the gaps here. I filled all these in here, here, and here. When I went to put the pieces on here, it wouldn't fit. It was a toy. The rod wasn't long enough. So what I did was I routed it out a little bit. I put a nice piece of aluminum tubing through here. And I have a rod. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, come on. Sorry about this. I know I have it in here. I should have gotten this out before. Sorry. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Here's the rod. I just cut a piece of brass rod that I had the right length. It slips in here just like this, all the way across to here. I might have to cut a little bit off of this side, but I'm not really sure yet until I metter it. I'm pretty darn. I did measure it, but I think I'm a little over. But anyway, that works wonderful now. That'll be nice and solid. It won't. It was bending and all that. Oh, it was just a piece of junk. The other rod and stuff. So I've been working on that. So that's, I think the last video I showed you this. Now I'm showing you the rest. The weights and help weight it down so these wheels will level out, so the tracks will look real nice. So I'll get on to that. Also, I found my old MB models, which is Mike Bishop models. It's a very old set of resin drums that he had, 55 or Russian 55-gallon drums. Basically, you take a little bit of this off, you take this off, and these fit together. No seam lines. That's the best part. All you do is grind this. It fits right on there. Boom. It'll be perfect for the fuel drums. All I'm gonna do is cut off part of the top of the drums from the kit, and it'll be real nice. By the way, it's out of production. If you can get it on eBay, good luck. It's hard to find, but it's really worth it if you can find it. Also, I filled in some holes here. I redid the whole back deck. They had a sticker you put in here. And I have painstakingly put in a new screen, which is this woven brass mesh WM050, which is 50 things per inch or something like that. I forget what it is exactly. I got this from overseas. It was real cheap. It was like $2. Anyway, I've done all that. As you can see, I put all the panels back in here. They give you, for the one that's back here, the screens that are back here, which is another piece that fits on, they give you some cheap mesh like Tamiya uses. I'm going to use the brass screen for that too. So that's why I've been working on this. Sanding all the seams. Oh my goodness, it's just a lot of work. Also, the toolboxes and everything on the side, you can see how much putty work I've had to do on them. They're really bad. But I filled them in with Aves putty, and they're looking better. All right, now, what I wanted to show you real quick. This, see this padding on top? Okay, it went over here, it looks fine over here, or whatever it is, armor on top. I mean, I'm going to put the ERA armor on the sides, that's normal. But if you look at this, it used to just come over here and fade out, nothing. Same thing back here, it just faded out to nothing. It had no line, no anything, if you could see this line. So I decided, well, I'm going to experiment. You can see how much Aves putty I've had to put in here to make it look better. I am on all this surface right here. I know it's real smooth, and a lot of you are going to say, well, wait a minute, that was cast iron. Yes, I'm going to use, I used to use Squadron green putty and Model Master glue. Mix them together, stipple them with a stiff brush, and then it gets that look, and you can just lightly sand it with a green scrubby pad, and it would come out just looking like cast iron. Problem is I don't have any green Squadron putty, so I'm going to try it with the red putty I have, the glazing putty. I think it's the same stuff, so I'm going to try that, experiment with it first with something else, and then I'll do that. Anyway, I needed to make this line. Let me see if I can show you now. See how I have that line? Now see how it's a little fatter and then thinner here? What I did, because that's where the padding would, the armor would go. You can see I had to scribe all this along here and up to here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Tamiya tape all along the edge here, up top. Then I'll stipple everything that needs to be cast iron look. So that'll work out fine. Let me tell you how I did this. What it is, I took some Tamiya tape, I ran along here where I wanted the seam. Then I took my scriber. This is from that UMN tool dealer. I'll put the address. I've told you before, but I'll put the address up on here or somewhere like that. I took this and very carefully scribed it slowly. Very slowly, and I just kept working and working. Finally, I took the Tamiya tape off. I could see it easy enough, and I went in there. I just pulled like this along the seams, kept doing that. Then, after a while, I was able to push and groove it out really nice. But before I did that, I'm going out of order. I'm real sorry. Before I did that, well, actually, once I got the line in there where I wanted it pretty good, then I took my Dremel with this diamond bit. Now, it's very smooth. You can see it's very long, round, and perfectly square to a degree. You know, just it's not oval shaped or anything. It's just perfectly round. It's not tapered or anything. Was what I meant. So I took that very carefully, and with my new handheld for my Dremel, it's made a difference. I went right up to the line, and I started. Let me see if I can get this in view for you. I just went right out, just lightly, just kept going along right up to the line. Took my time at a slow speed, came and just went around the line, kept doing it till it got just, I mean, it's maybe less, it's like a 32nd of an inch, just enough to give you a look. I didn't want to carve too much into this because it was gonna, you know, really shave it down. I don't want to lose the look of the turret. I just went in like this, smooth. I just did that and just kept going to where I wanted to go. Came around here, did that. It took a few passes, and in between passes I would take a green scrubby pad or something, sandpaper, lightly, and just take off the excess junk on there. I just kept going at, just so I had just a tiny lip. So that worked out wonderful. So now I have the look of all that armor that's supposed to be up here, because even though you're putting the toolboxes on the side, I'm gonna guess this just goes somewhere in here or around the back. I forget. I don't have my instructions, but even if you did that, you would still see that it just disappeared like there was nothing there. Well, that's not how it is. If you look at the Tamiya kit, it goes all the way around. And I'm took all the best references I could. They said on the pictures it belonged up here, but I saw pictures of it down here too. So I'm excuse me for not being perfect, but I guessed from all the pictures I had. I guessed. I think I'm right on line, but I could be off. I'm not perfect on this. I'm just doing this because it's fun to do. If you judge me on perfection, I'm sorry. I'm going to lose. But I did the best I could. So anyway, it looked real nice now that I've done that. I've sanded it with the green scrubby pad, smoothed it all out. It looks really good. My next step is doing the cast iron look all around where it should be. And that's it. I'm really, really happy with this. This is very exciting for me. It's something new I've never done before. Grinding away slowly, doing all this stuff, just taking my time, and I'm really happy with it. So, hey, you know what you need to do is every once in a while, or every model pretty much, I'm trying something new. I'm playing with stuff. It's the only way to keep learning is to keep trying. So I'm loving it. It's fantastic. Oh, and now with you see the holes up here are these little things. Is the last thing I want to show you. These little dimples here. How am I going to make them over here where I don't have anything, right? There was nothing on there originally. There's a few over here and some over here, right? So what I did, I took this brass tubing I have, very fine. I got it from K&S. You can get this at all different hobby stores. K&S 1/16 by 0.014 copper. Okay, and I took that. Now I remembered you can make a nice little punch sort of thing if you let me see if we can focus in. Hopefully it will. What I did, the inside normally looks like this. Let's see if we can focus in. Let me get some light. Hold on. Okay, normally it looks like that. Okay, see how kind of, maybe it helps a little bit. There you go. Anyway, see how thick it is? And that's too thick. It wouldn't work. It would fit the hole overall. What do I do with the turret? Hold on. What do I do with it? Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. This is the same size as the holes on the outside, but not on the inside. It's too flat. So I took my knife, and I put it in there, and I just started going lightly in there, and I started making a curve. I'm not even showing you this. Hold on, I gotta get used to the camera. I just never have. You stick it in there, and you go about a 45-degree angle or 30-degree angle, and you just keep spinning it. And you're just gonna scrape, and brand new blade. You're gonna keep scraping out till it forms a nice angle, and that'll clean it up, make it bigger, and it will also get you that sharp edge. And what I did just to get that little extra sharp edge is I took my sanding stick. Where is it? Here it is. I took right in front of my face. Took the pink side, which is really light right here, and I just went around at an angle, just like this. Smoothed it out, made it at an angle, not enough to hurt the angle on the inside, just enough to make it like a cutting edge. Then let me show you something. If I can find my lighter. Hold on, let me find a lighter and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared enough. I was throwing stuff all at once and forgot it. Now that I have this angle, oops, wrong side. That I have this angle, okay, let me get my glasses. And now that I have this angle, I'm going to take and I'm going to heat it up. Okay. Ooh, fire good. Don't heat up too long. You want to heat up. It's going to heat this whole rod up, so be careful with your fingers. Oh, come on. All right. So heat it up. This takes practice. I want to practice a lot. Now here's a piece of styrene. I'm going to stick it down in and twirl it. There we go. Now, let me put that aside. As you can see, what it's done, see that little burnt circle? Well, they're not always burnt. I have to keep, what I want to do is I want to practice a lot on this and go right to the turret and do it. That little circle is indented just a little bit. I can hear it. Now it sticks up just a little bit, but it's indented, and it just happens to be pretty darn close. Oops, where are you? Pretty darn close to the same as, where's one so you can see, as those. So, you know, I hope you could see. I don't know, I got my thing on. I'm not really, I don't know, man. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, you can kind of see that, and then, hold on, let's do it this way. That and that. There you go. So you can kind of see, oh, there we go. It's the same size with the same kind of dent in it. All I've got to do is just do the same thing on this. I gotta look at the books and stuff and see how many more there are. But that's all you gotta do. It's really cool. I just made it up. I was like, well, what the heck? It's worth a try. I happen to have a piece of tubing like that. Let's make my own little cutter. And when it cools down, you can just wipe this excess carbon off of here. And away you go. And if you go too far, I already did that once. It goes right through. So you just got to go down and twist a little bit and then pull it up. You don't get it too hot because it'll super melt. You just get it hot enough to do that, and that's it. So anyway, that's what I've been working on. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I don't know, my next video will be about the T-72 or the APC. I'm kind of working on both. I'm excited about both because this is really good experimentation stuff that I'm doing. And the APC is all the LEDs I'm working on. I kind of want to get the APC done really quick, but I don't want to fry anything on it. So I'm really taking my time on that. I'm triple checking everything, quadruple checking, just to make sure. But so far I'm real happy. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.